And just like that, it's match point, but something's gone horribly wrong. It doesn't look good at all. There are clear signs of distress. Tears, frustration, and very visible pain. It's hard to watch. Bianca's gone down, and you can see instantly from her expression and reaction that this isn't minor. Her opponent, Krejčíková, is trying to stay composed, but you can see she realizes how serious this is too. Bianca is clearly in trouble and needs medical attention urgently. This is hard to take in. From what it looks like, she tried to pivot or push off that left ankle, and something gave way. This isn't unfamiliar territory for her, unfortunately. If you've followed her career at all, you know that injuries have been a recurring theme. Ankles, knees, back, you name it. And now, just when things seem to be going her way again, it all threatens to unravel. We're talking about a player who knows physical pain all too well. You could hear the crowd gasp when it happened. Right at match point, Bianca Andreescu was serving, ready to close it out, and then boom, she goes down trying to respond to a wide shot. The ankle twists, she collapses, and the match halts in the most agonizing way possible. The physios rush out immediately, and rightly so. It's not just a knock. It looks like a potentially serious sprain. What makes this so heartbreaking is the timing. It always seems to strike when she's on the cusp of something positive. She had taken the first set, was just a couple points away from victory, and then disaster strikes. There's so much emotion, not just pain, but disbelief. You can see it written all over her face. Why now? Must be going through her head. The crowd is stunned silent, and even Krejčíková looks shaken. Bianca is now hobbling off court slowly. She's not being carried, which is at least one small positive. She's upright, but the limp is severe. You could tell she didn't want to leave the match like this. The sheer willpower to even get up shows how tough she is mentally, but still it's brutal. No one deserves this, especially not someone who's worked as hard as she has to return to form after setback after setback. There's some hope that she might try to play through it. They've given her a medical timeout, and it's good that they waited to start the clock until she was actually receiving treatment. There's urgency in how the physios are working. This isn't just a routine tape-up. They're assessing everything carefully, and a second doctor has now joined in. That's telling. Now, if you're just joining us here on Hollywood Buzzing, this is not the moment anyone expected. Bianca Andreescu, the pride of Canadian tennis, just went down with what appears to be a nasty ankle injury on match point. Literally 2 points away from victory. The opponent, Barbora Krejčíková, a well-respected player and just as classy. Both players have shown enormous respect for each other all match long. Bianca's history with injuries reads like a laundry list of nightmare scenarios. She won the US Open in 2019, beating Serena Williams in a breakthrough moment. But since then, it's been setback after setback. Back issues, knee problems, and now this ankle again. It's hard not to feel for her. She's a fighter, no doubt. But how many times can you get knocked down and keep coming back? She's still sitting courtside now, ankle being heavily taped. The physios are using a lot of support tape, and she looks emotionally drained, crying into a towel. Understandably, it's not just the pain, it's the fear of losing yet another chance. And with the US Open only a few weeks away, there's a major decision to be made. Push through and risk further damage? Or retire now and hope for recovery before New York? From where I'm watching, she seems to be leaning toward continuing, at least trying to. But is that the smart choice? Her coach and team must be torn. On one hand, they want her to fight and win here in front of a home crowd. On the other, they know what's at stake long term. Every match is important, but so is protecting her future. She's testing it now. A few tentative steps. Definitely not at full strength. The limp is still noticeable, but she's on her feet, racket in hand. Krejčíková has walked over, had a word with her, offered her a quick fist bump. Sportsmanship at its best. You kind of wish this didn't happen now. Bianca only needed 2 points. If she can find a way to serve them out, she wins. But at what cost? The crowd is with her, and there's hope in the air, but you can feel the tension. Everyone's asking the same question. Can she finish this? Should she? The chair umpire has confirmed that she gets the full medical timeout, about 3 or 4 minutes, right here on court. No locker room trip, just on-court treatment. And the match is currently at deuce, 5-4 second set. Andreescu won the first, so if she can win 2 more points, it's over. That's what makes this so dramatic. 2 points. That's all she needs. You get the sense that Kroko would be okay losing those points just to avoid prolonging Bianca's suffering. Not that she would throw it intentionally, but it's one of those moments where sports becomes very human. We've seen this kind of thing before. Mirraandreeva comes to mind, another rising star plagued by untimely injuries. You wonder how many promising careers will get derailed this way. And the crowd knows what's at stake. Bianca's not just a player, they feel like she's one of them. A homegrown star. That's why this match, even though it's technically just a round of 128, has drawn such a strong crowd. The stadium's not fully packed, but the energy is intense. You can hear every gasp, every cheer, every silence. Everyone's holding their breath. And we've got some other Canadian interest, too. Leylahfernandez was playing in Washington. Won her final earlier today. Not sure if she's in this draw. Maybe she had to withdraw because of scheduling. Some players get a bye in the early rounds depending on their rankings and recent results. Either way, the Canadian fans are passionate and loyal. If Bianca can continue, it'll mean everything to them. Back to the court now. Bianca is slowly standing up, the ankles heavily taped. She wipes her face, grabs her racket, and walks toward the baseline. The umpire asks if she's ready. She nods, but there's hesitation. Not in her spirit, but in her body. The pain is still clearly there. You don't bounce back from something like that in minutes, no matter how strong you are mentally. They're showing the replay again on the big screen. That moment, the twist, the collapse, the look of shock. It's seared into the minds of everyone watching. There's no question it was the left ankle. Definitely twisted badly. It's not a knee, not a cramp. Just a brutal turn and collapse. Happens in a blink. But the consequences could linger for weeks or longer. And here we are. A moment of truth. Bianca Andreescu, heavily taped, limping but standing at the line. 2 points away from victory. Crowd on their feet. Opponent watching closely, respectfully. Everyone's waiting to see what happens next. If this is your first time tuning in here on Hollywood Buzzing, thank you. This kind of emotional roller coaster is why we cover tennis. Not just the scores, but the stories, the human drama. And even as we speak, fans are posting reactions all over social media. Some shocked, some emotional, all rooting for Bianca. Whether she wins or loses this match, the way she's handled this moment will stay with people. She's shown heart. She's shown class. And in a sport where mental strength matters just as much as physical power, this is a masterclass in resilience. We'll keep watching closely as this develops. Bianca is about to serve. Can she dig deep one more time? We'll find out. Let's get back to the action. Stay tuned, and if you're following along, drop your thoughts in the comments. We'll keep you posted.